Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome here at Crypto Hash Review, where we educate and disseminate information about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, from a Muslim perspective. And we are continuing on our series of videos as it relates to addressing the objections about Bitcoin from different various Islamic personalities. And again, I begin a disclaimer, as I have all the previous points. We mean no disrespect or dishonor to the individuals who voice their objections. They are speaking of what they understand and what they know. But we just wish to open up the discussion and address what we feel is the correct opinion. And what we have here is a very, I'll just be blunt. I was considering not to include this as objections, as an objection to voice openly, and you'll see why in a minute. But I felt that there's no reason why we shouldn't address the issue, because this is something publicly available on YouTube. You can listen to it yourself if you wanted to. So one of the objections was saying that the Bitcoin network was probably formed by Jews as a plot to take over the world. Now, as I'm sure it could be quite obvious about this objection, that it's not a very good one. Actually, it's kind of an offensive one and a nonsensical one. And let me explain why. First and foremost, one of the biggest objections towards Bitcoin or the Bitcoin network was that Satoshi Nakamoto is unknown. So if he's unknown, how can we suggest that he is from any type of person, whether it be Jewish, Christian, or whatever? Such accusations are even more are based by definition of other objections. So the same person who mentioned this also mentioned that Bitcoin or Satoshi is unknown. So either he's unknown, and therefore we have no idea if he's Jewish or whatever the case may be, or atheist or not, or he is known, and therefore that's suggesting that the individual who made this statement knows who he is and no one else does. The point is, it's not a very good objection. And the second point was, even if Satoshi Nakamoto actually was Jewish, that has nothing to do with anything. There are many things that Jewish individuals or people of Jewish heritage and background have invented, developed, demonstrated to the world that has been very beneficial. And it would be nonsensical to say, oh, we're going to reject it because the person is Jewish. There is nothing in Islam that suggests that because of a person is not from the Muslim religion, that we must reject the attempt at bringing efficiency to the world. The attempt at bringing efficiency to the world, either through business or through trade or through administration or through whatever the case may be. It makes no sense. There is no such thing as a religious currency. Currency is just a thing, like a sword is a thing. There's no such thing as a Muslim sword or a Kafir sword. There is definitely a design that is common to the Muslims and a design that is common to non-Muslims, but it doesn't mean that I can't use a sword that a non-Muslim would use, or I can't use a pen that non-Muslims use, or can't use a car or drive a car that non-Muslims drive. It doesn't make sense to suggest such a thing for a system. And their religious background is absolutely relevant, but especially as it relates to the fact of there are so many things that Muslims benefit from on a day-to-day basis that directly came from Jews, Christians, or atheists. And I'm sure there are many countries, Muslim countries, who actually buy weapons from countries that make and design and develop modern technological advances in weaponry, and they buy it in the millions. So therefore, the Muslim nation or Muslim countries technically benefit from acts of war, through tools of war, tools that are made to kill. Not just kill, but kill their enemies, i.e. Muslims as well. So those who develop weapons from the non-Muslims, they develop weapons also to kill Muslims, but yet we actually spend our money to purchase those tools from them. So whether the person is Jewish, Christian, or whatnot, has no bearing on whether the system works or not works, whether it is good or it is bad, especially if the system is open and visible, as the case of Bitcoin. Now, I understand skepticism for a system that is unknown and obscure. So, for example, I just read today that one of the Turkish prime ministers, one of the Turkish ministers, has stopped using WhatsApp, or some kind of Turkish government outlet has stopped using WhatsApp due to privacy concerns, because the WhatsApp application is a closed system. No one can read the code behind WhatsApp. It's a closed system. So we don't know if they've got backdoors, reading information, passing information to their secret service. We have no idea. It's hidden. So if that is an objection, that's a valid one. But Bitcoin is an open source program. You can literally look at the codes, literally the lines and the words and how the system works, all open. And you can read how everything functions. So if there are any backdoors, you would see it. So whether or not the person is Jewish, Christian, atheist, half cat, half moose, it doesn't make a difference. The code is there. You can read the code and you can see it for yourself. And to be honest, I don't feel this was befitting of a scholar to have mentioned this point about anything, to be honest, to do with these kind of affairs. And it just kind of makes Muslims look bad, because it makes us look like we're just people who are stubborn. We would be happy to close our eyes to things that could benefit us just because it came from a non-Muslim. And I don't think that is something that is part of the spirit of Al-Islam. We find the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gaining benefit from kuffar while they were still kafir during the time of the Messenger of Allah. During his hijrah, Abu Bakr and himself was helped to leave Mecca by a non-Muslim. Some of the people, the Quraysh who fought the Messenger of Allah during the Battle of Badr and were captives, rather than being executed as prisoners of war, they were used to teach the people how to read. So it's not impossible to benefit from non-Muslims, from knowledge that they have that can benefit others. And that is definitely the case we find, or I believe, is with Bitcoin. I hope you find this video beneficial. And again, please, this video was not meant as a dig against anyone. I was mainly bringing another perspective as it relates to objections level towards Bitcoin. Please look forward to our future videos as we try to address almost every objection about Bitcoin. If you need to contact us directly about anything, you can find our details on our website, crypto-review.com. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. And don't forget to like this video.